because before I get to the point where I want to really replicate the value as the same value as the one I find in the picture or in the model in general, I want to have I want to block in the darkest value where they are, right? The lightest value where they are, and the value of the paper where they are, and then play it from there, because most likely I will have to modify darken or lighten some of the value that I put down as they start. I start relating them to each other. I put next them to each other, right? All right, so today maybe we're going to work on that a little bit. So let's start with something that is not too now we're going to start putting the white in some areas in here, in this area here, because this area here has volume that are not too complicated, right? So if I start in the face, maybe it's small little areas of white next to dark area of black, and then suddenly change again. So this has volume that vary greatly in shape, but this one, the chests tend to have volume that are smoother and somehow easier to deal with, right? All right. So here I have this part in here is white, right? You see how white that is. So that is definitely lighter than the paper. So I'm gonna block in a bit of white, and somewhere between here and here, right, I'm gonna have the value of the paper. So, but I want to block this in like this, leave it alone. Lighter, this is lighter than the paper, right? Here, so block this in, lighter than the paper. Just a few marks, not too light, right? Let's wait to develop this with the maximum highest value, the brightest highest value, when we have position more of these lightest values in the figure, so that this is difficult to see if it's the same value of the paper. See that? So I will leave it alone, because it could be lighter, but it could be the same value as the paper. But this is a little bit lighter, so I'm going to block this in here a little bit, right? And then this is definitely lighter, so I'm going to block in this lighter here all over. As you move toward the center, it gets even lighter, right? So here. But for now, I'm blocking first a very weak layer of white. Right. I might end up having this really detached from the rest. So I want to come down a little bit now here, and develop the side here, darken it, and then so let's focus on this area here, right? And then go back to the white, right, and develop that. So see, in some cases, when it's so dark here, right, you can just put down material. More than thinking about modeling, you just need to put down material, which is charcoal, right? Put down charcoal, and then you don't really need to. So now I'm gonna go back a little bit with some white, just here, right? Just because now this part here is going to be a little bit lighter up here, right? And down here it's going to be lighter, coming down like this. lighter here, just here, but I need to leave a little bit of a transitional area in between. This is probably lighter here now, right here. Works on nude are difficult to show. Somehow people don't like see works on nude. That's the olecranon, nice, this here. And these are all the extensors that come down like this and go down to the back of the hand, see that? And these are the muscles that move the thumb here. So you have this bump in here, this bump in here, right, see that? Because this come down, the shadow come down here like this, going this direction. Then there is another line going down this direction. And on top of that, you have all the veins. I would skip the veins. Don't draw the veins, because they're gonna be confusing. And think of this.
I think that's what making it.
We try to block in the volume of this block here, right? This is the brachyradialis and the extensors. And it comes down like this diagonally, that here. Then you have this same thing, come down diagonally like that, right? Is the forearm you have most problem with?
Not really. It's more his like his tricep and then.
The tricep. Oh, okay.
The tricep. I get the tricep. I get the bicep and the deltoid, but the muscle in between there.
So this is the brachialis, right? This is brachialis. This is the bicep. So the bicep, same thing. I wouldn't worry too much about the veins. And squint, you see how this turns, and there's a light area here, right? Like this.
Yeah.
So this is the bicep. This, between the bicep and the tricep here, is the brachialis.
Okay.
And the tricep here goes behind, slightly behind the deltoid. So this part here is slightly darker. See that here? And the brachialis developed just below, just at the end of the deltoid, right in the middle here. So now here we can block in a little bit of light, and you see how this part in here, you don't want to put white there. That's going to be with the white of the value of the paper or a little bit of chalk on it. But gradually from here, very, very gradually, you can block in a little bit of white here. And here too. And this one here, little bump of the brachialis here, right? A little bit, not too much. And here is the brachyradialis here, that eventually goes down to here, right? Right. And now I'm blocking the background, push it back, right? See what I was saying about, you put down material first, right? And you can work it, and because that is so dark, you cannot really, you don't want to stay there and cross-hatch an area like this for a million hours. You just push it down like this. You obtain a better result and a faster result by doing this. Block it down, put down the material, and then work it, right? Smooth it, change it, and that, right?
How different was it? Like, what was I thinking? And to tell you the truth, I don't know what I was thinking.
Well, you gotta figure out what you were thinking. No.
But it was very much, if I can just say, it was very much out of proportion.
Okay. But it's easy to fix, right? It's out of proportion. With the charcoal, you can go over it, take off big areas of. So for example here, see, I can redraw this. I can take this off, see that? Take this off, erase it, and it's gone, and kind of take off the schmutz, and then reframe it more precisely with the background here like this. So you can really intervene quite a lot. Or the bump of the shoulder there that's more visible, see there, and I don't have it here, so I kind of go this right over here, take this out, and take off the charcoal, and then go over it with the profile line and make the bump more visible like that. So you could do this with big swaths. With the leg, you can move the leg easily. Take out the profile, move it, go over it with the black, or take it off. You can really, you want to think that you can move the charcoal very, very easily, right? Also, another thing that makes a difference when you draw, this is a Fabriano, right? The Anger, right? And this paper instead is smoother, right? I don't know what this is, but it's smoother. This is another drawing that did bigger, see that? And the result in here is somehow softer or different from
color's different.
The color. The paper is tone different, right? But the way the paper here, because what I did here, I put charcoal over here, and then I did the reduction technique, and then I build it up. So meaning this is the original color of the paper, and this in here I put charcoal over here like this. So then I reduced it. I did the reduction technique, and then build up on top of that. So you're going to obtain very different results depending on the paper, depending on the technique that you use. This is not reduction. You just build it up, right? We build it up. But this is reduction. So it's different. So eventually you might want to consider what type of technique you want to use, what type of pair you want to use, depending how you feel about the material, because the material makes a difference too. Material, some area might look harsher with one technique or another one, so the blending is going to be easier as if you do it in one way or another. So all things that need to be considered, right?
Thanks.
So now probably I need to put some white. So I'm going to put some white very carefully here, right? Very, very carefully here. I think I have another work with some lines like that. Let me see. See, Evangeline, see this one here? This one instead has a mix of the line that are put down flat like this, right? And line that goes straight like this without being structural, and line instead that. So a lot of these lines are just straight. See that? Straight like that. They're not really structural. But here they start being a little bit more structural. See that? So as you build up the lines, right, vertical like that, you start with a very weak layer here. See that? That's the first layer, just lighter, darker than the paper. Actually, that. So you have here in terms of value, this one. This is the value of the paper, slightly darker, and slightly darker, and then gradually darker. You put more and more layer on top of it, so you control the tone development of that, right? And then the same thing for the white. You have the value of the paper, and then you have, let's see what is lighter, value of the paper, just slightly lighter, right? A little bit more, and then you got super bright value. The top part here with the pubic hair is dark. But then I want to see, all right, so this is the leg right here. This is the leg, and it goes up like this, and the genitals are here. So I see a little bit of the shadow over the penis is here, and that on the right is all dark. So you're going to darken it here. Then there is this shadow here that defines the penis on the other side here, right? And then the testicles here. and next to it, the dark background defines the side of the testicle. So I'm gonna take out a little bit of a highlight here, right? And then smooth it. Shadow.
For a while, it's nice seeing you. Because you're doing painting now too. That's great.
Yeah, we're doing painting. We're doing stuff like that. We're doing, you know,
Nice.
oil painting, and that's fun.
It's wonderful.
So, all right, guys. So I think we did more than I thought, in the sense that you can keep working on it. In some area, I look at this now, I see that this part in here sticks out more in the screen than it should. It's like a rope in there. It's too thick, right? But in my drawing, it doesn't do that. It's because the white in the screen, the way the camera picks it up, it enhances it. So in my drawing, the whites are harsher than are really in real life. So, but whatever the case might be, you look at your work, right? And then see if maybe at a distance, see if there are parts that stick out too harshly, then look like sticks or ropes instead of looking like flesh, and then intervene on that. For example, you could, in here, if this is too harsh, you could go over here like this across, right? The line goes like this, right? You go across like this between the area of light and shadow, and you smooth the passage, making it a little bit more gradual, interrupt it here and there, and you will kind of create a less woody, kind of rigid, kind of tonal passage, right? So it's a little bit tricky when you draw small, but can be done, right? All right. That was interesting. So you want to show me the work, or you want to post them?
Yeah, thank you. I'm going to take a picture.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Roberto.
You're welcome.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome, guys.
Great summer.
Thank you so much.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye, everyone. Take care.
Take care. Bye.